Carla Page, and welcome to my program. I'm so excited about this week's show. I have been wanting this lady to be my guest for so long, and finally it's here. Today is my lucky, blessed day. That's what I'm going to say right out the gate. I have Miss Martha Lebron here. She's from Schenectady. She's a Schenectady resident, and what she's been doing for over 20 years is giving away clothing up in Steinmetz Homes, which is right here in Schenectady, New York. Mm-hmm. We're going to tell you more about it, how you can get there, if you would like to donate, how you can do so, and just exactly how things go along with it. Because at this time, you never know when someone needs something. Yeah. Things are happening to people left and right, stuff that you don't even expect. You can get a curveball thrown at you that you didn't even see coming. And before you know it, you're in need. So besides clothing, Martha also gives out sheets and curtains and furniture, blankets, things like that. So we're going to talk to Miss Martha right now. Stay with us. Get on the phone. Call your friends. Let them know that we're on. Let them know Carla Page is in town, okay? All right now. Hi, Martha.
Hi.
I am so grateful to you for coming today. I mean that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be here. Give you a chance because you've been bugging me.
I have been bugging you. I have. She said it right. But you know, the thing about it is I'm all about the publicity and PR, and what you're doing is so outstanding and amazing.
Thank you.
And I know you've helped so many people over those 20 plus years. So how did you get started in giving away clothing and giving away things? When did it start?
Oh, I don't know. I think it might have been in the 70s. And I was helping someone, this Jewish lady. I forgot her name now. And she was moving to Florida. And she had a lot of stuff to give away. So she was asking me about it. And I said, well, let me talk to the director and see if I can do it there. So I went and talked to her, and she said, sure, it's helping the community. We'll be glad to give you a place. Okay. And that's how it started. So like I said, it's been over 20-some years that I've been doing this.
And you've seen a lot of cases. I know you've seen people who've had all different types of situations happen, and they come to you, correct?
The first one I had was a girl. She couldn't get her kids back unless she had clothes for them. And the snow was over my knees. I had to walk to the clothing room, meet her there. She pleaded with me. I said, in all this snow? She said, I need it because they're not going to let me take my kids back. I went over there. I don't know, God must have been with her. She ended up with 20 bags of clothes and got a taxi. I couldn't believe it. But I told her that God was with you. And that's how I got to know her. She came from the city. And someone told about me. But that's one I never forget with all that snow.
Oh, sure.
Because it got deep.
Yes. Had you seen her after that? Did you find out whatever happened?
I talked to her a lot.
You do, yes.
Yeah. She still come to the closing room.
Does she really? Oh, my God.
Yeah, she still come.
So now the clothing room is actually called, because we were talking about this on the phone, you know, to me, I guess I would think it would be Martha's clothing room, but it's actually called the Steinmetz Homes Clothing Room.
Yeah, they say Martha, but I say Steinmetz because this way here, if anybody need to know and something that I'm there, they can call the office there. And they can verify that we have a clothing room.
Yes. All right. So then up at whereabouts in Steinmetz Homes is the actual clothing room? Where is it on the premises?
Well, we have the FIC building.
Oh, okay.
And the boys club. I'm in back of the boys club.
You're in back of okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Because you will see you come down Henry Street. And that's where the boys club at. when you
Okay.
come into the parking lot.
Oh, all right. Okay.
But I'm
Okay.
in apartment 4.
Apartment 4. Okay. All right. So now
But usually everybody call me anyway.
they call you first, right?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you. You prefer for people to make an appointment
Yeah.
to come to see you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I usually try to get the appointment in the about after 5.
Mm-hmm.
That way give them time to go home and cook and eat and
Yes.
everything.
Okay. Sure. Wow. So now in the clothing room, you have children's, youths, adults, men, women. You have what else? You have shoes, sneakers, boots.
Yeah. And dishes and cups, glasses, curtain, blankets.
Mm-hmm.
And then as people gives me sometime a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when somebody go into the nursing home or something.
Yes. Yes.
And I get rid of all that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm going to give Martha's number right now for you if you are in need of some clothing. Winter is upon us. It's already cold out. We already had our Indian summer. Come back, summer. But we had it. So now reality sinks in, doesn't it,
Yes.
Martha?
Oh,
If
yes.
you're in need of clothing yourself, please take down this number. It's very important because we don't know how cold it's going to be this winter. Every winter is different. So here's Martha's number to make an appointment. It's 518-598-6302. 518-598-6302. Okay? So now you were saying to me that when it's snowing and bad weather, then you're not there in the room and you would pick back up. Tell the viewers about when you would stop giving out clothes and then when you start again.
Well, like I said, when the snow hit the ground, about the end of December, you know, when I stop, when I close up and everything.
And then spring you start again. Now what are you considering spring? Like March and
March.
April? Around March you would
Yeah.
start, you would begin again. Getting donations and giving out. But if
Yes.
somebody was really in dire need or had an emergency, you would
Crawl in the snow and get I would go.
You would.
I did it
Okay.
before.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Let's talk about furniture now, because that's always a big need for people, especially when people are moving and needing certain things. Do you get a lot of furniture?
Well, what I do, I have a friend who have a truck, and he helps me out. So if they call him, someone donate furniture to him, he'll call me and says, anybody need anything? Because he'll take it to the house. So that's how I do with the furniture,
Okay. Right.
And like if there's people say, well, I need a bed or TV. If you get one in, I make sure that person get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I just love the fact that your heart is for the community, helping the community. Like myself, it's just like the community is so important. So what started you with this wanting to help? It came from someplace. Where did it begin?
it came from my heart with my grandmother who always, helped people out and everything. But I enjoy helping people, And my grandmother, all because my grandmother, she taught me about God and helping people. She used to say, never laugh at nobody, because you never know. That could have been you. Or she used to tell us it could have been God in disguise. I never forgot that. See? And it just made me feel so good because there was people who helped me. So I know what it's like not to have, and the love
Yes.
and everything.
Sure. And that's what you're showing is the love. And, this is a great beginning program leading into Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And to me, having you on now is a good way for people to start to really be thankful and recognize what they do have, but also know that they can help too. There's
Yep.
always a way that you can help. If you really sit back and think about it, there is a way that you can help someone else.
Yeah.
Now you're a good cook because I've had some of your food. Let's talk about your cooking.
Well, my grandmother and my mother was the cook now. I mean, she could cook from scratch, make stuff, But I used to sit and watch her, and I learned a lot of stuff like that. But I put a pinch of this and I said, pinch of that? How you think I'm going to get this recipe? You put a pinch. But I enjoy cooking.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I cook so good that everybody be walking by my house smelling my food.
I know they do. I know they do. Oh my God. I know they do. That's wonderful. If you're just joining me, I'm Carla, and I'm happy to have my wonderful guest this week who I was calling her. I wasn't letting up. I was like, I got to have Martha on my show. And I think I've mentioned to you from years ago.
You have.
Haven't I?
Yep.
I've been trying for a long time. So this is a divine intervention today. It is. Martha Lebron, she has a wonderful, huge, amazing heart and a spirit for others. She has clothing and other items that she gives away, not sells, but gives away.
I collect stuff.
And she collects things, and she really is helping the community and the people there of Steinmetz Homes where she's located out of. Okay, so I'm going to give her number again in case you're in need of something, or if you want to donate something to Martha, call this number, 518-598-6302, 518-598-6302. Well, Martha, we'll get back to the clothing room, but you were talking about your grandmother and your mother, and I can't have you sit here without doing some reminiscing about your family, because we all came up together here in Schenectady, right? So now tell us, your grandmother's name was what?
Sula.
Sula, okay.
Yeah.
And where was she from?
Georgia.
Okay, she was from what part?
Edison.
Okay, all right. Okay. And what brought her? So she came up here first, is that it?
No, my mother and my aunt came here.
They did?
Yeah, my grandmother passed in Georgia.
I see.
Yeah, so everybody had to take the kids with them.
I see. Okay. And your mom, I always knew Mrs. Reese by, everyone called her Sis.
Sister, we call her.
Sister? Oh, sister.
Yeah.
Where did she get that nickname?
I don't know. Somebody down Georgia gave it.
And it stuck.
Yep.
Because my mother and your mother, they used to play Pekino together. They used to go, they would like house to house playing Pekino way back in the day. And I know you know my family, my cousins and aunts and uncles. So now let's just acknowledge your siblings while you're here. We want to acknowledge Martha's siblings. Okay, so the oldest sibling is?
RC.
RC. And then after RC is?
Me.
That's you, Martha. And then? John Henry. John Henry, yes.
And then?
Who I've had on my TV show years ago, too. And then after John Henry, your sister?
Geraldine.
Geraldine, she always supports me coming down to see my band. And then Sharon, of course, your other sister, I've known for a very, very long time, too. Mm-hmm. So there were a total of five of you. Okay. Yes. All right. That's something. It's really something because, again, we all go back so far. So tell me about Schenectady, Martha. And, again, this all ties in with what Martha is doing. What was it like back when we were all growing up? And then to compare it to how it is today.
Oh, shucks. It was fun back in them days. You know, Friday and Saturday night, we were hitting the bar, dancing, because at that time, they had bands. The guys would come into the bar, and they would play the band. Mm-hmm. And that was nice. Mm-hmm. It was just so much fun. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, nothing like today. There's no place to go. Mm-hmm. You know, Schenectady used to be swinging when GE was here.
Wow. And the thing, too, is everybody knew everybody and everybody
Yep.
respected everybody, right?
Yep.
And it wasn't all of this violence and the crime back then, right? It wasn't any.
No, no. Mr. Cheers, I remember him. He used to come around, if somebody asks him, he'd go knock on the mother's door and talk to them, and talk to the kids,
Yes, I remember him too.
Yeah.
He was my very first guest in 1978 when I started my television broadcasting career. I had him on first, Officer Cheers, Arthur Cheers, where they have a street named after him up in Central Park now. So what do you think that you pulled from your grandmother and your mother that made you the woman you are today?
Well, it's my grandmother, really. I never forget. She had all those grandkids. And we all had to line up, get on our knees. She used to teach us our prayers. Till we all learned how to say our prayers. And my grandmother was so sweet. And my grandfather was too, We had the best, And my grandmother always cooked. My grandfather used to go hunting, catch possum and turtles.
Oh, boy, really?
We ate turtles.
Oh, boy, wow.
Then they used to have he used to raise pigs, and when they became hogs, he would hang them up, and then he gut them, and they had a meat house. You put the meat in there, and I guess they put salt on it, cured and everything. Back in them days, you could have that. Nobody messed with you. You had a lock on it, but now, forget it.
Isn't that something? Now, how many children do you have?
2 boys and 1 girl.
And how many grandchildren?
Oh, let me think. See, I got 2 great-grandkids. And 2 grandchildren.
Okay. Wow. Beautiful. That's something. It is. It is. I like the fact, too, that besides you being so committed to the community, that you also have been a foster care mother. Can we tell the viewers about that? Because
I still am.
And I was going to say, and you're still doing that today.
Yes.
When did you begin being a foster care mother? When did you start that?
My friend Manila got me into it. Because
Okay.
I was always taking in my niece or my nephew, somebody to help. So one day she said, well, you might as well get paid then, since you like taking care of kids. So that's how I got into it. It's been 20-some years anyway. And everything. And like I say, I enjoy doing it, helping them and everything.
I think, too, that I always see that there's always some advertisement about them looking for foster care parents.
Yeah.
That's big. And that always was, and they still are today.
Oh, yeah. I just saw a commercial the other day about adopting, I don't adopt. They can stay until they're 21. That's the limit for them.
I see. Wow,
But they all love my foster home. Because I cook every day.
Yes.
I give them freedom. As I tell them, I let them hang themselves. And then I pull the rope back. I let them go so far,
yes,
And then I
yes.
say, now remember now,
Yes.
that's a limit to you.
Sure.
See?
I am so grateful to you for taking the time to come to be with me today. I know you're super busy, and I will never, ever forget this. Ever, ever, that we were able to do this. And you look beautiful. You do. You look very youthful, and you look beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm going to be 80. And I can't believe it.
Boy, that's something. It doesn't seem it, does it?
No,
Okay.
no. I don't feel it, But, in my family, it's hereditary. My mother was 94, and she didn't even look. She didn't have no wrinkles in her face when she passed. My brother, nobody looking their age.
Sure.
Wow. And so far, we've been blessed. We've been healthy. you know.
That's beautiful. I did go visit your mom a few times in the nursing home when she was there, Mrs. Reese. And I have to acknowledge, too, RC's wife, who is deceased, Mrs. Esther Williams, who I just thought the world of her
Oh, yeah,
also.
she was beautiful.
She was such a sweetheart.
Yes, she was.
Mrs. Esther Williams was a sweetheart, and I knew all her children and all of them. So I have to give a shout out to Mrs. Williams because she meant so much to me also.
Oh, yeah. I knew Elsa when she first came here. We never had an argument. We always got along. Yeah.
That's something. Okay, so we'll go back now to the closet, okay? So it's the Steinmetz Homes clothing room, which is a room where Martha heads it and Martha supervises it, and Martha can hook you up. If you are in need of something, don't be shy. Don't let things stop you from, not doing it. Because the thing about it is, when you're in need, you've got to think about yourself.
That's right.
Right? You can't listen to what other people are saying. You have to think about yourself. And so that's the key here. And I want to get back to we talked about what you can get from the room, but how about donations? I want people to understand that they can feel free to contact you to give you donations, because that's big. Tell us some more about the donation.
Well, I run on donation.
That's how yes.
So that's how I got going, donation. And my friends, they tell their friends, and that's how I've been getting donation. Now, when my closet is low, that means the donation is low. So I tell people when I get stuff in, I will let them know. So
it's nice. And you have clothing sizes for all sizes.
Yeah, babies, little kids and everything.
And women's, you have all the way up, right? And men's stuff as well.
Yeah.
We got to remember the men too.
Yeah, more ladies than guys.
But more, yes, yeah.
But a lot of them come in there, they'll get for their boyfriend or for their husband.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Because they don't come in.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes some come in,
Okay.
But like I said, I just enjoy doing it. And I'm so thankful that the director let me have a place to do this. Richard Harmonix.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if there's anyone that you wanted to thank yourself. Is there anyone else you'd like to acknowledge or thank?
Richard,
yeah.
For giving me and let me keep it.
Yes, sure.
And when I had to move, this is not the first time I had to move. He made sure that I had to close the room. So
that is something. Wow, that is something. I'm just really thrilled to hear about this. I am because I remember from so many years ago myself that you were doing it. I always would hear that you were doing it. And that's what sparked my interest to wanted you to come here to talk with me, because it was it impressed me so about how you did that.
Yep.
It just did. It was just so, and again, in fact, the Steinmetz Homes being, respecting you and trusting you and honoring you, I think is really grand.
Even the little ones, like I have flowers outside. If somebody trying to touch them, they'll tell me.
They do? Oh, boy.
And even the strangers come knocking on my door.
Oh.
They will come.
Uh-huh.
Miss Martha, there was a guy here, and they try to tell me what clothes he had.
Oh, gee. Oh, my God. So how are you going to spend Thanksgiving? What are you going to do?
Well, as I usually do, cook. I probably go out, usually I be invited out, but I always have food home and everything.
Wow, that's something. You really are an amazing, remarkable woman, a soul that's second to none, because you really do care. You talk the talk and you walk the walk.
Mm-hmm.
You do that. I see that you do.
Yep.
And you've been dedicated and devoted and loyal for all this time.
Yep. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of Spanish friends. I'm a person of all colors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we all it's the same.
That's right. We are. And the fact that you cook Spanish food also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I cook all kinds. I'm learning. I'm always learning something different. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what are you going to do for your birthday?
Well, they gonna celebrate. So, my son friend, he's taking care of everything. He said.
Okay. All right.
They used to come when I would go upstairs and eat my food.
Uh-huh.
They tell me when they got grown.
Yeah. Wow, sure. And I can imagine you have so many more testimonies about people you've helped over the years, and people that you've helped, and then years down the road later, you would run into them and how they're doing, and that they're on their feet now and things are better for them from your help.
Yeah, and from especially with the foster kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like when they come back and they tell me how much they appreciate me.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And because they always like my food too.
Yeah. Well, there's a song that I want to read some words to that to me identify you.
Okay.
And the name of the song is called Hero by Mariah Carey. And it talks about here that you give us the strength to carry on. And that's what you do, Martha.
Thank you.
And when it seems like hope is gone, what do? You give us the strength to carry on. And I'm telling you, what that means to a person's soul and spirit and their morale is it changes a life. Because you could look at somebody and think one thing and then find out that, wow, they're really going through some tough times.
Yeah, I just had that problem with a friend who came to me this weekend. And I told her, you got to pray, honey. Don't give up. Don't let the devil take over now. You know, because she was crying and, you know, I said, you got to keep going. You're strong. She's a strong woman.
Yes.
But when the pressure hit her, you know, so I said, cry, talk, you know. Mm-hmm. And she felt better. Because she got it off her chest.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people don't understand that. You know, they figure, they don't want to hear it. They pretend that they, you know, listen, you know, and they not. They probably saying, I can't wait to get rid of her. But I'm not like that.
No.
Because I know I've been there. And that was people who helped me.
Yes. Yes, wow, that's something. Well, while I have you sitting here, I just want to say hello to all of the veterans all around the world, because Veterans Day is coming up, and men and women who served our country. So I just wanted to be able to say that while I had you here.
Oh, well, I'm so thankful that they are watching over us and help protecting us, and that I don't have to go over there and fight. You know, I'm so thankful. My husband was in the service, too, and everything.
Okay.
And like I say, if I can help anybody, I don't care what color they are.
Yes. Well, I want to close with happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Martha. I love you. Happy birthday to you. Thanks for all you do. We appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
We really appreciate you. Take care. God bless you. And thanks for being on my show.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.